What's up? It is 11:40 p.m. June 9th. This is my Spyderco Para 3. Finally going to do a review on it. Overall, it is 7.27 inches, 3-inch blade. I think it's just under 3 inches. I think it's 2.9 for like legality reasons, so they make it more legal to carry in different places and shit like that. 4.27 inch handle, 0.15 inches thick, 0.15 inches, and 0.45 inches thick on the handle thickness. It is G10, a real nice G10, not too grippy, about as grippy as like my Tiger Claw or SR1, or the SR1 is just a little bit more grippy. And it has a kind of, brick pattern, which looks nice. I have a MXG pocket clip on here. I can't remember if it was like $20 or $25, but it's about $20, something like that. CPM S45VN. This is my first experience with this, my first blade. I did just a little bit of homework on it. I was curious, and even the little videos I saw on it, there wasn't that much information on it. It's not brand new still. I think it's a couple years old maybe. I think from Spyderco using it, it might be like a year old or something like that. And then in the knife community, knife industry, it's just maybe like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think the companies used it on fixed blades or some shit like that first, and then they started using it on folders. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, it's not that widely used, but now it is going to be more for Spyderco. It's their baseline steel for the Para 3 and the PM2 now. It used to be S30V, and now they upgraded it to this, which is awesome. So I looked up some videos on it, and someone commented saying CPM S45VN is pretty much a less corrosion resistant LC200N, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And LC200N has really good edge retention. It's great edge retention, not like 4V or not like 10V or some shit, or like K390, but it has good edge retention, way better than VG10 or anything like that, or S30V, and it's pretty much like rust proof. I don't know if it's rust proof. I think anything can rust, but it's for like like food prep kind of shit like that. They have it on the Spidey Chef, I think, the LC200N, yeah, and it's pretty much corrosion resistant, like rust proof. And from what I can see, I've left fingerprints and shit like that, and I've got this knife dirty, and I would say this is very corrosion resistant, pretty much as my VG10 or like my OS 10 or OS 8 steels. So that's pretty awesome that you don't have to worry about this rusting, corroding, and it has some crazy edge retention. You're not sharpening this shit up like it's OS 8 or 440. And within the 5 months, almost 5 months that I've had it, I've put it on a sharpening stone, like the fine grit, maybe once or twice. But other than that, I've pretty much just used my ceramic rod to touch it up. So it has like a semi-factory edge, kind of like 50-50, kind of like 50 factory, 50 my own edge. And I would say I've carried it maybe 2 months, almost like a whole 2 months during that time I've had it, and then I kind of just switched it up and put it into my like rotation. I was in kind of the honeymoon phase, I was in love with it. I was just like, this is my first Spyderco with the compression lock. So I was just like, holy shit, I really want to get another Para 3 or get a Para 2, or the PM2, which is what I did. I'm going to be showing that later in another vid. But yeah, I carried it for 2 months and then carried it on and off for another couple months. So I didn't use it crazy, but I did put it to the test, cutting up some cardboard. And if you could see right there, that one little scratch, that's from cutting cardboard. You can see it right there. It's like diagonal across the blade. So it has a stonewash finish. It's pretty much like a stonewash mirror finish. And it's really durable. It's gonna hold, show the scratch. It's gonna hide the scratch as well, but it is gonna show something like that if you're cutting through. I can't remember if it was some thick ass cardboard or if I cut through some plastic maybe. I'm pretty sure it was some cardboard with some, tape adhesive and shit on it. So it's gonna get a couple scratches on. Let me wipe it off a little better. But what amazed me is the fact that you can see pretty much like, I don't know if you can see that reflection and shit in the blade. Let me see, where's my light at? You can see a reflection and shit. It's almost like a mirror, kind of semi-mirror stonewash. But I noticed this, if you shine like a light on it, it will almost like fucking reflect, like in the reflection of the blade, you'll see like the blade shape. And like on this side, you probably won't be able to see it in the camera. Like with your eye shining a light on it, like you can almost see the fucking like Sal Glesser's like signature on the fucking table, like in the reflection. Like that's how clear you can see it from that mirror finish. And then let me see like my Police 4. It's a satin finish and I wiped it off. It's pretty clean. And even that, it's like, it doesn't, in the camera it might look the same, but in person, no, it's not shining as much as this is. Like you can legit, like the little grind lines on the fucking knife right here, how they grind it down for the blade, like you can see that on the table right there, like more clear than you can with this one. It's hard to explain, but yeah, just that little stonewash mirror finish, it looks really fucking cool. So it's like a mirror kind of finish, but it has it's stonewash, so it's not gonna show a bunch of scratches and shit as easy as that Police 4 kind of satin finish. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I didn't even hear about. I didn't hear anyone talk about that in any videos and any reviews that I looked up. Well, this knife was really new when I got it. I don't think there was maybe like a couple videos on it, and nobody said anything about that. It's made in the USA. Yeah, if you didn't already know. It says it right there. I think I already showed that. Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. I got this maybe like mid-January this year, like January 14th, something like that. Got it on Blade HQ. Had it customized. If you can't see already, I put my son's name on there. I named him after my favorite Metallica song. Yeah. $161. The price is it's a little steep. It's a little high. I know they increased it obviously because they put a better steel on there, but I would say the original Para 3 was a little overpriced from the last time I can remember seeing it online. The S30V version, I think it was 130, 135, 140, something like that. So now this one, if they were selling this for 140, 150, 135, like 20, 30 bucks cheaper, I think it would be perfect. But I can understand the S45VN, upgrade, and because I've actually used it and saw, its capabilities, what it can do, I would say it's worth the price increase. Maybe not $30 more, but 15, 20 bucks more, I would say that would be good. Like 150, 140. So yeah, but because of the size of the blade overall, it's a 3-inch blade. Even being S45 yen, I would say 160 is a little high, but you know, Spyderco is Spyderco, and it's made in the U.S., so yeah, you're gonna be paying more. The ergonomics with this, I do have a kind of large, big hand, but having that little finger choil, you know, 50-50 choil with the jimping on there. They have jimping on both sides. I really fucking love that shit. My first Spyderco I got the police for, I didn't even notice it had that 50-50 choil right there with the jimping, and when I got it in person, I just fell in love with that shit. So I was like, pretty much all the Spydercos I have, all the Spydercos I'm gonna get, I want them to have that, and all my Spydercos pretty much do. The only one that doesn't is I'm not sure if let me see if this one does. I'm pretty sure the Para 2, the PM2 has it just like that, like the Para 3, and then this, my Spyderco Stretch 2, and Vitoku 2, and Sus 410. Yeah, some of you probably don't even know what the fuck that is. Yeah, you should look that shit up. I'm not gonna explain that, but yeah, it's some Japanese, I think it's a high-speed tool steel, like a HAP 40. But yeah, I like that little finger choil spot right there on all my Spydercos. Even my Chaparral, my smallest Spyderco has it. Well, it's not my smallest one, the Clippy tool is my smallest one, yeah. So you can choke up right there. There's not that much, you know, grips. Obviously, holding it in reverse grip like that is pretty comfortable. If you want to, I don't know why you would hold it like that. You could though, put your pinky right there, but yeah. And then holding it like that, I already talked about it in my other video. Because of the way Spydercos are shaped, it's not really comfortable in like a mantis grip, but the other two grips, standard grip and reverse grip, is comfortable. If you had to use this for a self-defense knife, you could, but because of the, you know, it has the deep finger choil, so I don't think your hands would slip onto the blade as easily if you're stabbing into something, but just because of the overall size of it and the blade style, you know, it has the fucking, I wouldn't really think it would snap if you're stabbing somebody in a self-defense situation, but because it has that hole, you know, it compromises the strength, integrity of the blade, so you really wouldn't want to be using it for anything, you know, that you would use like a fucking cold steel for, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much just an EDC knife, cutting open boxes or some shit, you know, a little food prep knife or something like that, cutting a string off your jacket, or just for cardboard, yeah, you just want to use it to murder a shit ton of cardboard. The blade style, the full flat grind is perfect for that. Even though up here it gets a little thick, yeah. All right. Let's do a little comparison. Here's a Talisong. Here's a Kershaw Lucha. There you go. Those are both the same blade lengths. Here's the Police 4, lightweight. And then here's my Stretch 2, Vitoku 2, with that blue-gray color. It's like denim blue. These are, no, not the same size. This is like, shit, 3.5, close to 4 inches, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. I'm probably gonna do a review on that later. This is like I got this used from someone. It has a lot, like some wear on it. It has the snail trail fucking little marks on it, but other than that, it's a new knife. It's missing a screw and shit. The dude like stripped out the screw or something like that, but he didn't use the knife like you know, sharpening it and shit like that. If you know Sus 410, you would know that it gets a bunch of scratches easily, so that's what all that fuck ton of scratches is from just the dude owning the knife, opening and closing it, yeah. It gets scratches on it just from looking at it. I'll show that on my Police 4, my Pack-A-Wood Police 4. It has the same laminate outer steel, the Sus 410. It's kind of interesting learning about that shit. Oh shit, let me see. I kind of do some ridiculous comparisons sometimes. I don't give a fuck. If that's what I got on me, that's what I'm gonna show. Let me see. Cold Steel Drop Forge boot knife, and my Cold Steel Drop Forge survivalist. I just got this, and yeah, you can see I've used it a little bit. That fucking coating is it comes off really easily, and there's like a black coating under it, and then underneath the black coating it's like bare steel, you know, stainless. So yeah, I just put that on there, this little shitty little paracord kind of wrap, and then this I put like some shitty shoelace. So I'm gonna take these off, and this is kind of off topic. I just got this, just a bunch of fucking purple 550 cord, like 20 bucks on Amazon. So I'm gonna try to put some new handles on this shit tonight. I know it's not gonna match with the gold, but eventually when I wear it out more and it gets, that black coating is gonna be showing all over it, or even the stainless, I think it would match with the purple. It would look pretty dope. Or even on this one, underneath that it's like just bare steel, you know, stainless. So yeah, I'm gonna see how that shit looks. And then here's a Kershaw Cinder and Victorinox Deluxe Tinker. Yeah. All right. That's it with the comparisons. Something else I wanted to talk about is, let me try to wipe it off, the logo. The logo surprised me. I knew it was going to be a kind of different logo because if you didn't know this, the Japanese Spydercos, the ones from Seki City, kind of have a, you know, not, I don't want to say matte finish, but pretty much kind of like a matte finish black logo. And then the ones from Colorado and USA, I didn't know this. It has kind of like a shiny logo. I don't know if it's going to show it in the camera. Like the outer layer, like that outline of the logo. Let me see if it's going to show it. It has like a fucking blue outline. Oh, right there, I think you can see it. Sorry, my light is kind of fucking it up. There's like a bluish, like a purple bluish outline around the whole logo. Let me see if I can see it. Not in the camera. Yeah, I can see it. And it just surprised me when I first saw that. I was like, what the fuck? And I got this knife the same day I got a Tai Chung Spyderco, the Chaparral. So when I looked at the Chaparral logo, then I looked at this, and then looked at the Police 4, I was like, what the fuck? The Chaparral one was my favorite one, and this is my second favorite, even though this one looks really fucking cool, that blue outline. The Chaparral, I tried to draw it. I know my drawing looks really fucked up. I just drew this on like a random piece of cardboard, this little paper. I tried to draw the Spyderco logo, how it looks, so that's like the logo, imagine it, and then there's like, let me see. There's like a fucking these lines, kind of like a upside down Y. There's like these lines, these grind lines in the fucking logo, and then there's other little lines like going that way, meeting towards the middle, if you get what I'm saying. And that's how the Spyderco logo looked on my Tai Chung, the Chaparral, and it kind of looked like it was like metal, like a bronze gold metal color, and then there's just like grind lines in the logo. I don't know how to explain it. I should have brought it in to show it, but I fucked up, I forgot. But yeah, it just looks like there's little lines in the logo, and then there's like grind lines meeting in towards the middle, and like you can feel it. It has like a metalist kind of metal, fucking god damn it, I don't know how to explain it. Like this, like there's fucking like little lines. Like if you dig your nail in there, yeah, you can feel it like that. There's just like a fucking texture, and I didn't even fucking know about it until I saw it in person, and then I was just like, what the fuck? So yeah, the logos on the Spydercos from different Spyderco factories, yeah, they're gonna be different. So that's pretty cool. That's something I didn't notice until I saw it in person. So that bluish little shiny logo is pretty awesome. And the lockup on here, if you want it to be really fucking tight and have no blade play at all, you can have it like that, but you're not going to have that, you know. You're not going to be able to do that and have it drop shut, or you're not going to be able to work the fucking thing and flick it out like that either, maybe. But having it, if you want it drop shut like that, there's going to be pretty much a little bit of a blade play, a little bit of wobble. It's like that on my PM2 as well. But it's really fucking interesting under the hood when you take this apart, because the pivot screw thingy, there's two, I think it's T10 torque screws that screw into either side. And in between, like the blade, imagine just the blade, the tang, there's a hole in it. There's a piece of metal that goes through like D-shaped, and that piece of little cylinder piece of metal has threading on either side, and that's what these screw into. And that little cylinder metal that slides in through the tang, it's shaped to where it holds these like washers in place. So like the blade moves freely around the washers in that little metal cylinder. It's hard to explain. Like, so it makes it really fucking smooth. So you're able to have it tight with not that, minimal blade play, but you have that smoothness. You have that option to have it, almost like drop shut when there's no blade play. So yeah, that's something that I thought was pretty cool. I think this is the first knife I saw with that kind of, just the way they put it together, that kind of construction. Yeah, it has like non-moving washers and shit, like, it keeps it in place. That little piece of metal holds them in place around holds the washers around that, so the blade moves freely. And the smoothness, I put some like white lithium grease and a little bit of oil, so it's really smooth. And that kind of, like, from the factory, it was pretty drop shut and smooth already, but it just, makes it that much more smooth. It just aids it a little bit more, but it really doesn't need it, honestly. So yeah, and it doesn't have any, like, didn't get like caked up and like gunked up in there. Yeah, I put like just a little bit. And let me see. You can see there's kind of like an opening through the liner, so it has like a split in the liner, for the compression lock, but on the other side, it kind of just has like a little oval shaped little cutout through the liner. Other than that, that's it. And something, a real big negative with this fucking knife, something that everyone complains about. I think people should complain about it more. Maybe fucking Spyderco would do something. You can see that. Yeah. My lanyard tube is all fucked up. I don't know why Spyderco shit. If you're listening, if you're watching this, I doubt it, but Spyderco, please do something to change that, make it better. Like, I shouldn't have to almost break my fucking knife to take apart this lanyard tube. I shouldn't need some fucking AK front side adjustment tool type shit to take it apart, which is what people recommend to get, or people say, yeah, that's what you need. You need this lanyard tube removal thing, and it's just fucking stupid. Like, I shouldn't need some other tool besides my Torx, to take this apart. That's just ridiculous. And the way to get it out easy, obviously, you got to fucking like pry and twist, and then you can kind of like twist like around, kind of like a, circular motion kind of too. And that's what I was doing, and that's what fucked it up right there. I just chewed it up. It like kind of, it was getting caught up on the edge of the liner. I think the way the liner is shaped, that's what chewed it up. So yeah, you don't need to take that apart in order to, access everything else, the guts of the knife and everything, and lube it up. But it just bothered my OCD knowing that part of the knife would never come apart. So I was just like, no, fuck that shit. I need to take it apart. And I took it apart, but yeah, it did that. You can just see the thickness of it, how it's smaller right there because it got the material got removed. So yeah, that's a big pain in the ass right there. if you're always taking apart your knife, but it's something you got to deal with. So the disassembly, if you really want to disassemble it all the way, yeah, you're either gonna have to get a lanyard tube removal thingy, or you're just gonna fuck up your knife, or fuck up the G10, which is what I was afraid I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna snap it because it's really thin right there, you know? Yeah. The variants on this, obviously they have the they have a K390 version, but they have the S30V. That's the original one. Now that one's even more rare because you know, you can't find it online anymore, from what I know, like on Blade HQ and shit. I'm pretty sure they're all sold out. So yeah, S30V. Then they have a K390. They have a Crewwear, if I'm not mistaken. They have a M390 52-100. Spy 27, 3V, 4V. There's like fucking, I think 30 fucking, I don't even know, 20 different versions of this knife. And for this one, paying 160 for the, you know, S45 yen, I would say it's worth it. I would definitely say it's worth it. If it was for 140, 150, yeah, that'd be better, but fuck it. So that's my Spyderco Para 3 review, 5-month review. Later.